Okay, it's December 29th, and this is the GANOOZE special. I've got 1,000 subscribers edition, so I guess I have to say something nice about my subscribers. Well, you know, you're all blah 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 blah, and I think blah blah, the best of blah, the blah 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 blah. To all of you, blah 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 blah. So how's that? Okay, so in the news, Buto again. Yeah, it's always like this. Why? I don't know. You know, this stuff happens, and why can't we know the truth from the beginning? It just is so irritating. Well, anyway, she wasn't shot. So apparently, I'm not even sure. I mean, it doesn't even make sense that she was even shot at anymore, but they're still saying there was 3 shots. Some people are saying. Okay, so she wasn't hit by any bullets. But what happened when the guy exploded himself, she was trying to get back into the bomb-proof car that she was, you know, out of the sky window in. And apparently the concussion of the blast flung her head against some kind of lever or something, and that fractured her skull. And so that's how she died. Grisly, but probably quick. So the only bright side, I guess. So there's talk about she has a husband. Apparently he's been in jail for 6 years for embezzlement or something, and so apparently he might take her place, but he doesn't have family connections. You know, he's not of royal blood really, and so he might get discounted. You know, because you're not credible if you don't get the blood, apparently. So anyway, I don't know if there's anything else. The government is saying it was Al-Qaeda, and they have some sort of recorded telephone conversation. And do they release the tape of the telephone conversation? No, they release a transcript. You know, not very convincing. So it's not looking like we're going to have evidence of the guilty party anytime soon, and I suppose it really doesn't matter because they're still going to fight with each other anyway. What the hell is this? Okay, so that thing out in Wyoming with the Seattle. Yeah, it wasn't Wyoming, Seattle, Washington. With the shooting, the family thing. Yeah, it's pretty way grislier than originally. The original Grizzly was pretty grisly, but it gets even grislier now that they get the details and just how crazy people are. So anyway, so apparently this couple living in a trailer on the property with their parents in the house. Okay. So the parents are wrapping Christmas gifts. Okay, so the daughter feels like she's owed money from her brother, and the parents have been siding with the brother, and so she's pissed off, and she gave them till Christmas to resolve it, and they didn't resolve it, so her and her boyfriend, husband, whatever, went into the house and shot him. Okay. So, you know, shot the mother wrapping presents, well, shot the father, and then when the mother came into the room, shot her. Okay, then they cleaned it up, threw the bodies into a shed, and waited for the brother to show up with his family. And so when they showed up, yeah, shot the hell out of them. And so when they shot the wife of the brother, she didn't die right away, and she climbed over the couch and dialed 911. Now, of course, the 911 morons apparently didn't react well enough. You know, they came and didn't, well, we don't know, gate's locked, can't do anything. And so, well, anyway, that's a whole nother story of incompetence. But anyway, and so, yeah, the evil sister grabbed the phone, broke the phone, and then they had to kill the kids, and I guess in the end, the 3-year-old kid is holding the battery from the phone, and, you know, the nasty shoots him. Well, anyway, just horrible, horrible, horrible. I guess you really didn't need the details, but, you know, it's part of the story. The life pageantry. Back to the zoo story with the tiger. Yeah, well, the zoo, apparently a couple of their elephants died a couple of years ago, so they're in trouble for that. And this tiger, you know, there's going to be a lawsuit because it did maul up a person feeding it, you know, and so it's not looking good for the zoo. A lot of financial liability ahead, it seems. So, might be the end of the San Francisco Zoo. Alright, then there's this stupid story, and it's all over the place, and really annoys me. Okay, so there's this stupid Hannah Montana. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And then there's some stores that sell shit to little girls. I don't know what the hell, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, just bullshit. Wait, they have this stupid contest, this essay contest, and apparently the winning entry was a fake. Yeah, when you have essays written by 6-year-olds, yeah, it's gonna be a fake, fuckers. Newsflash. Anybody can figure that out. Well, anyway, so the story was, you know, some fake, my daddy died in Iraq story. And, you know, liars. I hate lying. I just, you know, we ought to have laws against fucking lying. Fuckers. Ugh. Alright, a couple of French stories. Okay, so there's this Miss France, right? And, you know, she wins, but then there's the old photographs pop up again, you know. And they're not even that bad, really. I mean, it's suggestive. One of them, she's on a crucifix in a bikini or something, and another one, she's like, I don't know, she's licking condensed milk. I don't know what that means. But anyway, regardless, not that bad. So anyway, they were trying to take her title away, and apparently the French take these contests really seriously. We apparently have grown out of it because we have pornography and the rest of it. We don't need these fucking idiot contests anymore. Anyway, this chick isn't that hot anyway. Anyway, the second French story. Well, anyway, they're going to let her keep her crown, but they're just not going to let her run the Miss Universe or Miss World contest, which I really don't. Well, I guess that still she gets whatever she gets, the prize for winning. So, but she doesn't get to get the extra prize of being in the other contests. Irritating. Anyway, the other French story is this cigarette thing again. Fucking French government's gotten, you know, USA disease, and is going to ban all these little cafes out smoking. You can't smoke in any place anymore in France even. And you know, you can imagine the French are very upset and are probably saying, what a bunch of fucktards to take away our right to smoke. The fucktardedness must come from the fucking United States. The fucking United States. Let's not buy their wine anymore. So I'm just doing the French accent because, you know, that, you know, Marta does it, and, you know, I don't do it, but, you know, like, I didn't, you know, fake smoke when I did it. Fucking Americans, you know, fake smoking. God, I like smoking. I really miss it. Alright, enough of that. Enough missing of cigarettes. Day 6, I think it is. I'm gonna count them all for the rest of my life. I'll get over it eventually. Alright, AOL and Netscape, right? This one really pisses me off. Because I remember this, you know? Well, I'd say I remember the whole history of Netscape. Well, anyway, yeah, so, you know, this was like after the big cover-up, and, you know, fucking, you know, Microsoft got off the hook for fucking screwing up Netscape and all this other stuff. Anyway, so then AOL bought Netscape, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm watching, and AOL wasn't using Netscape as their fucking browser. I mean, why the fuck were they buying it if they weren't going to use it as their browser? And, you know, so it's like they just bought it to kill it. And you're like, what the fuck is that about? And so now they finally have killed it. And it's like, you know, it's a lot of money at the time paid, like $10 billion. I mean, it wasn't cheap. But, you know, there's a whole bunch of crap with that whole Time Warner AOL thing. None of that made any fucking sense.
You know, Ted Turner really got fucked on that deal. New home sales down, like, to the lowest level in 12 years. I mean, that's not bad. 12 years ago, the economy was doing pretty good, so it's not terrible. But, yeah, no, I mean, you know, they'll keep going in that direction, so pretty soon it'll be the lowest level in 13 years, then 15, then 25 years. All right, then there's a story on old brains, and apparently they all suck. You know, there's all kinds of problems with old brains. But anyway, stupid story. You know, they dissected like 130 old people brains, and they found out that even the ones that didn't have Alzheimer's had, you know, other kinds of defects, you know, residues from strokes and other kinds of shit going on in there. And, you know, the general consensus was that old brains suck, and you better hope that you don't have 2 or 3 of these things at the same time, because then you're going to go on that whole dementia thing, and then you're screwed. Seen that? Yahoo. You know, it's the most popular internet location. I mean, it gets 130 million unique visitors a year. 136, but, you know, Google's right behind with 131. You know, and it has to do with all these other sites they own, of course, and the news and everything else, but apparently people stay longer at Yahoo. But it's all this advertising crap, you know, they're just monetizing everything. It just pisses me off because they're monetizing the very fucking structure of the goddamn internet. I mean, it's almost letting, this really is like letting private companies own highways and then charging you to go to the grocery store, or charging you to go here, charging you to go everywhere you want to fucking go. And it's all this fucking, it's not even so much charging you, it's like putting speed bumps in the road with advertisers' names on them. I mean, that's what the fucking internet is turning into. It's all these fucking speed bumps with goddamn advertisers' names on it. Like, that is gonna, I mean, who clicks on this shit anyway? I mean, hasn't everybody gotten past clicking on fucking internet advertising? Damn it, you people are so fucked up. If you just stop clicking on the crap, then it won't be there anymore. So that's the GANOOZE special 1,000 subscriber edition. And, let me just say, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I said it. I'm not going to say it again. That's the last time I'm going to say it. Anything like that. I hate that emo crap. Okay, that's all. Well, one special gift.